The little boy from Rosario rejects the Saudi Pro League, turning down a $1.6 billion contract. The Argentine legend in Major League Soccer, signing a deal with Apple TV. Messi chose the MLS, but why? Was he eager to meet LeBron? Or maybe it was the Kardashians? Well, brace yourself, because today we've brought you everything on Leo Messi's move to Miami. Let me tell you, you don't want to miss this. We're in 2023, but it's not over for Messi and Barcelona. The legend might be back in Camp Nou for one last time. What? Is there still hope? Because deep down after Argentina, Messi is Barcelona. As the news surfaced that Leo wasn't going to continue in Paris, there was chaos. The fans had all sorts of bizarre expectations. And yeah, you guessed right. Every football fanatic wanted to see Messi in the dark shades of the blue and garnet stripes. But as much as everyone desired this move, it was nearly impossible for Barcelona to afford Messi, even though they made pay cuts for other players and reduced their spendings. Now, let's be realistic. Messi is a global brand, and if you want to own even a part of that, you've got to have deep, deep pockets. I mean, he received a €1.6 billion offer from Al Hilal. For some perspective, that's more than LeBron James' lifetime earnings. It's a ridiculous figure. And it doesn't end here. Al Hilal is the same club that was ready to pay Mbappe a staggering $775 million for a single season. That's $2 million every day for a year. Turns out oil is quite a good business to be in. Those are ridiculous numbers, but the boys weren't interested. Too bad for Hilal. They finally realised that money can't buy everybody's happiness. And by the way, in case you missed it, our first video ever on this channel was all about what the Saudis are up to, so do check that one out, and always subscribe to make sure you're at the front of the queue for the latest news. Honestly, if you're a GOAT and a World Cup winner, age truly becomes just a number. Messi received offers from all over the world, including the Premier League, because, again, let's be realistic, this is a generational signing, the best player ever. After all the tussle between the greatest football clubs in the world, it was Inter Miami that got the signature. It apparently took them 4 years of planning and 2 years of actual pursuit to bring Messi to the club. According to the legend in his own right, David Beckham, a major stakeholder in the franchise, the deal was worth it. The deal was completed on the 15th of July, and no one was more delighted than Beckham himself. He said, "Today, the dream came true. I couldn't be prouder that a player of Leo's caliber is joining our club, but I'm also delighted to welcome a good friend, an amazing person, and his beautiful family to join our Inter Miami community." Messi's debut was nothing short of a dream. Not only did the Argentine captain live up to the hype surrounding his first start, he displayed his class on and off the field. Messi read the script and played the part to perfection, scoring an incredible late signature free kick to win the game. Just when you think you've seen everything, Messi steps up again. He is the epitome of a footballing legend. But everything aside, what on earth made Messi choose the MLS? Well, maybe it was Beckham who convinced the GOAT a little too hard. Or maybe Messi wanted a taste of the American dream. Or maybe he's a closet NBA supporter and is desperate to be courtside every game for the Miami Heat. But to tell the full story, it did initially appear that Messi was moving to the land of Arabs. After Ronaldo, and in a single week, the likes of Karim Benzema and N'Golo Kante, the entire world of golf, elite boxing matches, potentially hosting Zuckerberg versus Elon Musk, Saudi Arabia seemed to be getting everything it wanted. So it was widely believed that Messi would eventually choose to play for Al Hilal. This would have pitted him against his longtime contemporary Cristiano Ronaldo in the Saudi Pro League. Although that's not going to happen now, how good is it just to think of how great that would have been? Messi, the biggest fish in the pond, and Saudi Arabia ready to go all in. But Messi doing what Messi does, dropped the shoulder, fooled everyone, and headed off in the opposite direction. A complete 180, and he was on the plane to the MLS. The decision meant that the legend missed out on €400 million every year, and whilst the Arabs were disappointed, there was one fan base that was even more heartbroken. Yeah, you guessed it, the Barca fans. Messi said in an interview, after winning the World Cup and not being able to return to Barcelona, it was my turn to go to the League of the United States to live football in another way. The little boy from Rosario, after winning 10 La Liga titles and 2 Ligue 1 championships, 7 Copa del Reys, 3 Club World Cups, plus a Copa America, an Olympic gold medal, and of course, a World Cup for Argentina, didn't choose money, he didn't choose memories, he chose an Inter Miami team that was struggling with a winless streak of 11 games, sitting at the bottom of the points table with 5 wins from their entire season. That's the team he chose to go to. The decision was remarkable. The icon took on a responsibility and wanted to lift an entire franchise. And whilst we're on the topic, you could lift our franchise, the Sportelligence channel, so hit the like and subscribe button for more and better content. Messi said, "I'm very happy to have chosen to come to this city with my family and to have chosen this project. I don't have a doubt that we'll enjoy it and we'll have a good time and beautiful things will happen." Well, since his arrival, Messi has set the league on fire. Until now, he's made 3 appearances in pink in which he scored 5 goals, including 2 braces. And his popularity is so immense that ticket prices for Messi's first Miami matches catapulted more than 1,000%, and the first 24 hours of Messi jersey sales were the best 24 hours of any player changing teams across all sports, edging out Cristiano Ronaldo, Tom Brady and LeBron James. Never has a single man elevated a whole franchise like this. But still, Inter Miami has a long way to go from here. And so, the final question arises. What does the MLS offer to Lionel Messi? Now this part is a bit tricky. You see, Ronaldo had a pretty straightforward deal with Al Nassr. So did Benzema and Mane, who in fact we've already made a video on, so do check that one out after you finish watching this one. But Messi's move to MLS is a lot more than what we see. Back in 2007, Beckham's decision to leave the glamorous world of European football for the relatively obscure MLS was met with disbelief. He traded his $20 million salary for a $6.5 million paycheck. The world laughed at him, Beckham was made fun of, but in a masterstroke, he made a wise decision. He negotiated a percentage of all team revenue, earning approximately $250 million at the end of his career. In addition to his earnings, Beckham also negotiated the right to buy an MLS expansion team for $25 million upon retirement. It was utterly genius. And as if looking up to Beckham, Messi has done something similar. His signing with Inter Miami and its agreement is worth up to $150 million over 2.5 years. That is way less than he would have made at Al Hilal. But here comes the interesting part. Apple recently bought MLS broadcasting rights, paying $2.5 billion for the next 10 years. Now with Messi at MLS, this means astronomical subscriptions and unreal viewership that they couldn't have previously dreamed of. So Apple decided to play fair and square. They struck a deal with the little magician, according to which Messi will reportedly receive a revenue share of subscriptions to MLS Season Pass on Apple TV+. Erwin Kishner, co-chair of the Sports Law Group, said, "That deal has never been given to anybody in baseball, basketball, football, so it's very unique. It's a generational type thing, and it's hard to think if you would ever see anything comparable." In simple words, Messi's earnings would have no limits. The greater the viewership, the greater the size of his paycheck. In addition to this, the 36-year-old is expected to earn a share of the profits garnered through any increase in merchandise sales, and once he retires, just like David Beckham, he will have the option to buy stakes at the club. Lionel Messi is becoming the next Michael Jordan. And who knows, maybe Ronaldo will get a little bit jealous and follow the Argentine captain and land in the US sometime later. But as of now, the impact of Messi on football or soccer in America is going to be something never seen before. Messi's arrival at Inter Miami is an unparalleled moment in the history of MLS and football in America, a country where NBA, NFL and baseball have captured the entire nation. This transfer has ignited the passion of fans and brought a new spirit to the sport. Leo's presence has a magnetic effect, and even those people who never turned on their televisions for football have been paying attention to the sport now. Everywhere from busy streets to bars, people are talking about Messi. He has become the talk of the town. His immediate impact on the pitch and the team only adds to his popularity. The league's broadcasting contracts have reached unprecedented heights and merchandise sales have skyrocketed. His arrival has cemented the league's position, finally, as a major player in the international football arena. The Messi effect has most definitely changed the dynamics of football in the United States. You guys can judge for yourself the demand for Leo Messi's Inter Miami shirts, as Adidas has communicated they cannot keep up with demand right now. As of now, MLS is ranked above the Saudi Pro League, and things could get even better with the 2026 FIFA World Cup being joint hosted by the United States. There'll be new stadiums built, new football facilities, and a stage for the greatest sporting event in the world. Just think for a moment the impact again this will have on football in America and the MLS. So folks, what do you think about Messi's arrival at Inter Miami? How is it going to impact the sport in the US and the grassroots? Well, that is something we can't fully calculate yet, but the one thing that we do know is the impact of Saudi Arabia on football. And what do you know? We've already got a video on that, so do check it out. We are Sportelligence, your new go-to channel for all of the latest footballing news.